And he does have a high IQ. He is incredibly intelligent, Kimbo. That's why he has to troll. He gets, it's not enough for him playing this game. Hello there and welcome, dear YouTube viewers. You join 200 odd people watching live as we watch VonIvan in the south, playing as the Soviets this time, versus VonAsten in the north as the Wehrmacht. This is a scrim match. In time for GCS2, these guys are trying to get as good as humanly possible because they want a part of that huge opportunity that looks likely to be the most prestigious tournament in our game's history. Got a obviously MGR traditional build from VonAsten. VonIvan's he always locks his commanders in immediately. It's something he does. He has a game plan, and he plays that game plan. He does not adapt to his opponents. He knows what he wants to do. He's got his meta. He finds the most abusive and efficient meta possible and runs with it. And that's what makes him a good player. He doesn't mess around. He spends ages on stream just trying to find the best possible way to play this game. In for him right now, that is Guard Rifle Combined Arms Tactics. I used to call it the Barton Doctrine because it's got the KV-1. And somebody in the chat just says he builds random stuff and goes with it. I mean, that's what he does on stream sometimes, but this isn't a stream. This is scrimming. And he's trying to work out the exact meta to scrim. And in tournaments, VonIvan is very, very static in his variability. He tends to go with a build and make it work for him. He won lots of ESL tournaments with just using Maxims, for example. Like he was going 5 Maxims every single game. And it's not because he's a bad person and he wishes anything bad upon us. He's a competitive Company of Heroes player. He wants to play competitively and win efficiently. That's why you see Love Nest abusing tripwire flares and killing entire squads in ESL back in the day. You know, this game's about winning. A lot of players have asked me recently, is Ghost Sandbags, are they, banned? Absolutely not. They're not banned by Relic. They're a valid thing you can do in this game, so why would they be banned in the tournament? Anything that sets you aside, gives you the edge, gives you the competitive value you need to tweak your opponent and to kill his squads, utilize. As long as it's not a genuine exploit that's banned by Relic, it's game for the taking. Alright, we've got Grenadiers pushing this cutoff. And I will clarify that if there are any game-breaking exploits that are truly game-breaking, we will make a list before GCS2, and you will be privy to that list, so don't worry too much. Nice assault by VonAsten here. He's gone straight for the cutoff. He's been able to neutralise it, but we do have the base MG that's come to his rescue somewhat. Elsewhere in the west, nicely aggressive MG by VonAsten. He's going for a full pin here. Whilst I was idling away talking nonsense, he's been getting an amazing pin engaged. He's going to get it. He's got this machine gun in a perfect position to possibly pin the base, but instead well, VonIvan thinks that's the case. What is he doing with the Grenadier? I don't know about that. Oh, he could finish the... He's got an S-mine on the cutoff. This is brutal by VonAsten. What an amazing pin. Don't know what, I think did he retreat that by accident? Does he want to get tier 2 up already, I guess? Maybe that's what he's doing. I think he could have pinned his opponent there. So just to clarify, it is VonIvan, the South Soviet player. If you're getting confused, VonAsten, the North German player. VonIvan is from the United States of America, and VonAsten is from the Netherlands. Capricorn. No, I'm trying to say in a Dutch accent there. It failed. Just said it in VonIvan's accent. Maybe VonIvan's been doing a Dutch accent all this time. So it's 5 conscripts, by the way, for VonIvan. With any upgrades? No. We have 5 conscripts, 2 combat engineers, nice S-mines on retreat, causing all sorts of problems. Oh, he lost his combat engineers. Okay, so he's built another one. That makes sense. He needs to sweep this S-mine after all. Somebody in chat has just said 5 cons prepare for inevitable VonIvan squad losses later. I don't disagree. I think VonIvan's preservation is legendary in its non-existence at times. VonIvan can get guards now, but he's going to be subject to so much bleed later on. MG on retreat path here. It's going to... This retreat path will take it around here. The conscripts, they could lose their lives now. One more burst, maybe. Does negative cover hit in? No, it does not. They're going to survive. Got the Rock 9 flamethrower engaged. MG42. Rifle nade. Von doesn't see it. Oh, that could be bad. MG's just sucks it up. S-mine. Hang on, he didn't go for a... Oh, he swept it with their faces. That's right. He didn't need to go for a sweeper. They'd already been swept. VonAsten, of course, going for the 2-2-2. Now, this is a bit of saltiness from me, I must admit. Didn't want the patch that came out at all. Didn't want any big patch, really. And I was one of the people that thought the scout car was absolutely fine how it was in the top level of play. And I was a bit gutted that they lowered the manpower. Originally, they were going to lower the manpower and increase the armor and increase the accuracy. They ended up just increasing the armor and lowering the manpower. But... no, or lowering the manpower and increasing the accuracy. 2 of the 3 they ended up doing, I think. But it's still just needless. And now it is the meta to go multiple scout cars. It's almost like, what did you expect? We told you not to release the patch. Well, I did. I said, please don't release this patch. Got a huge tournament coming up. The meta's great. Please don't do it. And they did. And this is what we've got. So it's not salty, I think, because I'm completely vindicated in exactly what I said originally. Don't patch the game in a major way. And because it'll hurt the game right before a big tournament. And especially don't patch the game with that huge test mod before a big tournament. Because your 50 manpower decrease on these scout cars is quite substantial, really. 50 manpower is a lot in the early game. Well, that's what we've got now. We've got company of scout cars for a while. Or for, hopefully they patch it in time for the GCS2 live tournaments in September. That would be nice. Or just a tweak. Anything. So of course the Zisgun is the build right now, and he's going to have to get the Zisgun. Yeah, there was a couple of things that needed a few nerfs. I'm not going to lie. Elite troops amongst them. Obviously. Maybe. Yeah. The IL-2 was the main thing. Just the IL-2. If I would have been happy with just the IL-2 nerf, in all honesty. And get rid of some of the bugs that were happening with the pathing. That would have done me. Zisguns opens up, pops smoke, pushes them away. Oh, can't quite get that second shot off. Tried it. VonAsten, of course, has locked in mobile defense doctrine. I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm going to put the camera on... Who shall we have it on? I reckon VonAsten. Let's see. He's got most of the map, so he should be moving the most. Oh, God, what happened there? Oh, I didn't mean for it to be like that. Is that how he has the camera? No. He's not one of those weirdos, is he? He is! He has the camera at a weird angle we can't do with that. We'll have it with somebody that has a default camera angle whilst Matt drinks his coffee. There we go. He's in base. This will be nice. We'll just watch him in base. It's lovely. Ugh. It's a dirty rotator. How disgusting. It is true, Cruzy. I mean, I understand the logic. The logic's always been that you want all the units on the top half of the screen, so you're looking up at them and you've got them in the same orientation every single game. So the psychology of playing from south isn't as punishing. But it's just weird, isn't it? Let's face it. This is good play. Got to put yourself in VonIvan's mindset here. Just say do-do-do-do to yourselves right now. If you're watching this, the 200 people watching, just say do-do-do-do. Just to yourself. And you'll feel like VonIvan. You'll feel at one with the world. All the stress will leave your body. You won't care about your predicament. You won't care about any bad RNG you've had. Just go... Do, 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 do. VonAsten, you're so cruel. Be nice, he wasn't saying anything too bad, was he? This one isn't going on YouTube if you can't tell. He was joking about you rotating the camera. As somebody that's old as fuck myself, I take offence to your ageism. Boston, I want to hear from you, though. VonAsten, do you think... why do you keep doing this, Zany? I don't get it. Yeah, I know, but it is a computer game. You're not meant to be playing computer games as the older you get. Well, you can nowadays. What am I saying? Just my family don't seem too happy with it. And the game's over now? No, it's still going. Yeah, I heard Cruzy fucks, quite frankly. Cruzy knows the statistics behind it. God, this game goes on. Holy crap. How can it in this position? Let's just watch it as a pure analytical piece right now, because we know that... Mind you, it's VonIvan. We know VonIvan's capable of crazy for comebacks. If anybody can do it, it's him. And VonAsten doesn't seem to have gone for the full... Cancer meta, yeah, he's stacking loads of manpower and fuel and stuff. Wonder what he's thinking. Is he going to get tier 3 up first? They do, Halicon, it's true. They do indeed.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Oh, I think it's you know, it's an efficiency, to be honest, VonAsten. I don't begrudge you it at all. I understand why people do it. So if you don't know, say you're VonAsten. You want to have roughly it like this, okay? And the like that. And the reason is, I know this looks weird, but the reason is everything's on the same line. You're the south, so the bottom of your army, the bottom of the screen, and you're fighting upwards. You get to see the angle, so everything is at an angle in Company Heroes, so you get to see it all a lot better, because the face, the action face, where your opponents are coming from, is on your side. If that makes any sense. I think that makes sense. Hang on, so just do that. So it just helps to have everything coming the same way, the same direction, and you're fighting upwards every single map. Regardless of sight, you're always looking up, you know where your opponent is, and that's why it's an advantage. Bunker down by VonAsten. Pretty exciting. If you like bunkers. Interestingly, he hasn't gone for the full spam. Yeah, it's true. Nicely battled out by VonIvan there. He did everything right to try and get out of this. Elsewhere in the north. It's 2-2, constantly raining fire down.
The enemy has put a wedge in our lines.
Ugh. This just pissed me off. The 2-2-2's been 50 less manpower. It just pisses me off, man. Makes me want to go use it, though. I've got to admit, I want to get into Water Match and use this. VonAsten's got a Panzer IV coming out as VonIvan gets his T-70 out. That's not going to work well. Surely you would have gone for SU-76. Mind you, he's gone 2 Zis guns, so he doesn't want to, does he? He's got the 2 anti-tank guns, so he thinks he's okay. It's just fair enough. It's valid. Taking advantage. Aha, I like it. He's taking advantage of the barrage to get around the back of the Zis gun. Clever. What have we got happening in the east here? Ooh, conscript gonna die, maybe? Surprised he lived. If he'd just A-moved the Grens, he would have died, probably. Nice trip, Wyatt Flare. Thank God Gods and Penals are still viable, though, in Company of Heroes, because that'll keep the 2-2-2 meta from reigning truly supreme.
Enemy forces are securing our
Oh,
territory.
God. So VonAsten's bided his time now, and he's just got a superior build. Nice. Oh, this gun's miss. Puma on the prowl. Will he get the second shot? And the 2-2-2's got good shots through the bushes. And he's out of control. Unfortunately for VonIvan, there was a husk here. And if you can see that, there's this van. Husk in the bushes that stopped the through shot. It's unfortunate.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Panzer IV's going into base. Great mine spot, by the way. If you don't know why not enough players are putting a mine down on that base exit, in my opinion. That's just a no-brainer for me if I was at this level of play, having seen everything I've seen in this game. So VonAsten playing mine games now, preparing for a base rush. That is, of course, only one machine gun emplacement that watches over there. It's the same on this side as well. Yeah, just one. And once that's down, you pretty much you can defile your opponent's base sexually. Shall we take a vote, guys? Shall we keep watching this game or not? Yes is to keep watching. No is to leave and do something else. Say first to 3 is what we do. Keep watching. Yes, keep. They're the same person, so yep. Yes, Ed Hertz wants to keep watching. Ah, yes, okay, fair enough. Well, we want to see a VonIvan come back, don't we? So that might happen. Let's keep watching. Okay, that's good. I genuinely don't know how engaged people are sometimes, and I like to gauge it. It is cool watching 2 of the best in the world play. Although we have just watched 2 games before this one. MG42 in a great position there. Causing all kinds of problems. Nice! Field artillery barrage. Second shot, maybe wipe. Yeah, close. Very close. That is an MG42 that was stolen by VonIvan. 6-man MG42 hype. He might be able to battle back from that position. Yeah, to be honest, you're right, Cat Stream. This could be a comeback to end all comebacks, in all fairness. I honestly thought it could be over, but I don't think VonAsten sealed the deal. And who better to battle back against his own strategy than VonIvan himself? So let's keep a closer eye on this one. Let's cast it properly. Let's give it the respect it deserves, because you never know what could happen. Conscripts idling around. Doing good damage. They got Veteran C3 on these guys. 14 kills. Veteran C2, 5 kills. PPSH conscripts are great, especially on flanking maneuvers. There aren't exactly many support weapons from VonAsten, though. He does have another MG42 of his own. Mechanized armor company is coming up for VonIvan. Does he think the SU-85 is the way to go here? Maybe. Be interesting for certain. Of course, he has access to the KV-1. Should he get the mechanized armor company up? That would be interesting also. Can certainly eat a lot of shots. Strategic Mushroom in chat thinks the KV-1's coming. The Clement Virashilov tank made of pure Stalinium. One engagement over here. 222's been spiked. Puma soon to follow. It's on prioritized vehicle. Maybe wants to change that. Shame no tank though to follow up. He's got the Ziskin coming in to tow, but it's going to take a while. Panzer IV's causing problems. Nice attack grounds through the bushes. Second one's not going to be as good. Very good. This game is starting to heat up. I'm glad we stayed with it. Thanks, chat. You're right. MG42 flanked. VonIvan's now got stability on all of his sectors. Done very well to battle back. He's now officially back in the game. His population cap's not exactly as great, though. That's because vehicles take up so much. He does, of course, have the 2 Ziscons. And we're going to be waiting to see what he gets out of this little building here. And he does have the fuel. It's all about waiting to see what he does with it. And we're expecting he's getting to get the KV-1, of course, which is 145 fuel, 420 manpower. It's all about the manpower bleed. And, of course, he has 4 conscripts, an MG, a combat engineer, and 2 Ziscons, which means his manpower income is 226, which isn't actually that low. So I don't know what point I was trying to make there. I come from a breed of Co-1 players where your upkeep was severely affected by how many units you had. So it's like embedded in me to be, oh my god, he can't build anything. But he can. I mean, it is pretty low for VonAsten because he's got a lot of vehicles. PPSH is mauled by the LMGs there, pushed away comprehensively. And VonIvan's just preparing to break out of the Kessel. He really needs to spearhead a push. And I think he's waiting for this KV-1 to be built, indeed. Kvezor in chat asks, will Co-1 US versus PE aim-strong strat work? I'm really interested in that, Kvezor. And to be honest, I think you might be onto something there. I have suggested that, by the way. So for those that don't know, the aim-strong strat from Co-1 was a way of dealing with Panzer Elite light vehicle spam that involved just absolutely blobbing the crap out of your opponent with rifles, with stickies, and flamethrower engineers. And then you just got an M10 as quickly as humanly possible. It's possible. I've been suggesting that, in all honesty. I even suggested that to DevM and Aimstrong themselves, but... oh my god, he's going for the base defile. That's right, the sexual harassment is turning into full-blown... defilation? I don't want to say it on stream, I can't say it. Field artillery on the MG there. Pushed away with anti-tank grenades, seemingly. KV-1's out! The knight! In shining white armour! The Clement Virashilov! 45 tons of communist steel. And 76mm Fury is bearing down upon them. And every shot penetrates! Every shot is penetrating! As Helping Hands might say. It's wonderful. Truly beautiful tank. Let's just admire this beauty. Oh, so lovely. For those that watched Helping Hands stream yesterday, they may have seen a Command Panther driving forwards away from a Clement Virashilov tank, whilst the Clement Virashilov tank penetrated its rear. And Helping Hands was very angry at this. But in my theory and reasoning for that is, in the heat of battle, you can make mistakes like not realising which way the tank is facing. And I watched it back and I noticed he didn't issue a reverse command which in my mind means helping hands didn't realise which way the tank was facing. So I tried to point that out to a few people, because I think that needs to be said. I mean, Brumbear's on the field, the Grizzly Bear, the Professor of Destruction, the One-Eyed Behemoth, to give it some random-ass nicknames. One of them will stick eventually. KV-1 in action. Obviously, probably won't be able to penetrate the... Tell you what, the Panzer IV could be for a mauling here. KV-1's going to go hell for leather. There are no Pumas on the battlefield. The Brumbear fires and misses. 222's trying to flank. KV-1's going in. This could be big. He's got to try and get around the rear armour of the Panzer IV, though. That 76mm just isn't good enough. Ziskun's been flanked. That's a bit of bad luck there. Brumbear's about to fire a huge shot on the conscripts. They dodge away. 45-degree angle of laterality there. Hits him on retreat, misses. 251's all being attacked by the KV-1, having wiped the Ziskun. They pop smoke, but they're getting each other's way. It's a traffic jam on crossroads. One of the twos bites the dust. KV-1 still in action. It hasn't suffered a single piece of damage so far. VonIvan possibly exhibiting one of the possible counters to the Wehrmacht's current meta. Zis has been flanked. KV-1's going to go for this Gren. Needs to be retreated. KV-1's an island of resistance. A big hunk of Stalinium. Barely being penetrated, but it's stricken the Soviet Behemoth. The Brumbear's got a damaged engine thanks to these conscripts. KV-1 pushing in. Brumbear wants to fire on the conscripts. Goes for a shot. Misses nearly every single shot. Barely does anything at all. MG's now been flanked. Ziskun taken yet again. But this Grenadier is lost manpower for nothing because the Ziskun's been recaptured. Conscript possibly dying now. Is indeed wiped. Puma's on the prowl. Again in combat. Penetrated by the KV-1. KV-1's up to 4 kills. Pop smoke by the Puma. Panzer IV's now ready for combat once more. We'll be able to get a monstrous flank off on this huge Soviet caricature of a tank. When the Nazis rolled into Soviet Russia in 1941, they had no counter to this first true heavy tank in military history. And by true heavy tank, I mean just look at the thing. It's absolutely colossal. It's 45 tons heavy, but all that weight is in that armour. And it was well gunned for its time. There's nothing the Germans could do. They literally had to circumnavigate it, go around it, and try and just plink away at that rear armour for all they could do. Big shot from the Zis there, over the hull of the KV-1. Again, the AT grenades. VonIvan's battling back, everybody. This is exciting. I was thinking of leaving this cast. Fool I am. We've got an Su-76 in the build. He doesn't fancy another one of these huge tanks. He wants something a bit more penetrative qualities. Which is a bit of a meme because it's the same cannon, but regardless. Professor Brumbear's back in action. Probably going to fire on this MG42, I would wager. No, he goes to the combat engineers. Again, only gets 1 kill. He's only got 6 so far. KV-1's going for the flank. Ziskun's penetrate. Smoke has been popped. KV-1 is brutal. Attacks ground, misses wildly. Needs to get around the side. Puma's now... Oh, been taken out by this huge tank. This absolutely colossal beast of a tank. Brumbear down, taken out of control and destroyed for good measure as an exclamation point that says VonIvan has found the counter to his own meta. A meta of his own causing. And it is this ridiculous heavy tank. Only the Panzer IV and one of the 2 original scout cars remain. The KV-1 now has the following kills. 7 infantry kills, 4 vehicle kills. That is awesome. It's veterancy, of course. It's now got secure mode. Not that you'd ever really want to use it, but, well, to be fair, you can cap a victory point and pretty much not die. Better accuracy and rate of fire. And then it's all about trying to get that rate of fire at veterancy 3. Su-76 now on the battlefield for good measure. Not been utilised quite yet because VonIvan only needs 1 unit. Elsewhere in the west, conscripts now starting to soak up the map. VonIvan still has 3 of them, which is pretty good going for him. But all in all, he's got the strategic edge right now. What must VonAsten be thinking? His Pumas can't do anything against the KV-1. They're useless. Because they get penetrated through the front very easily by that tank. They can't go toe-to-show with it. It's got too much health. I think it's about 800 or 900 health. Somebody, I mean, Cruz is in the chat. He'll probably say how much it has exactly. And VonAsten's showing a little bit of tiredness now. He's got 2 machine guns grouped together there, showing a bit of tiredness. Tried to say to VonAsten in the past, I respect him as a player. I know he can win these tournaments. However, I do question every player that's never won a tournament before their stamina. You gotta have stamina in order to compete. And when you start seeing tiredness 3 games into a scrim, it raises small question marks. And I'm very sure VonAsten will be able to answer those questions very thoroughly in GCS2 itself. But you do sometimes see a little bit of that now and again. SU-76 on waiting right now. Gren's storming onto the field. He's got a Panzerwerfer, by the way. Interesting. Double Faust, only 1 of which hits. There's that second MG42 coming into the centre. Interesting choice by VonAsten. I'm really excited to see how this works. Obviously, I mean, VonIvan, you've got to appreciate, has 2 MG42s, 2 Zis guns, all operating as a team. This Panzerwerfer could be the Panzerwerfs to end all Panzerwerfs. Could be very exciting indeed. Here it comes. It goes up into the air. It crashes down onto the battlefield. Is it a massacre? No, it's not. He tried to predict the path, and VonIvan just didn't move. That's Helping Hands was very accurately describing what can happen when you Panzerwerfer or Stukasafus somebody. And he said you have 1 of 3 players. Players that don't move at all, players that retreat, and players that try to move. Soft retreat. And it's about predicting their path. And VonIvan went for the first. Sorry, the first option was not move at all. They go the IL-2 with that recently nerfed damage, but still good suppression. KV-1 in secure mode for the meme. He's going to have to take himself out very quick of combat mode. Into combat mode, rather. There you go. He unleashes the beast. Penetrates the Panzerwehr. On the warpath, those treads are rolling. SU-76 gets a shot in, but misses. Eats 2 Fausts. Zis guns in position. These Grens are suppressed. Oh! Damage being done. KV-1 going in. What target is spoiled for choice here? Exposes his rear. Rear armor engaged. He bounces regardless. Ridiculous. Bad roll there for VonAsten. 222. Moving away as fast as it can from the huge Soviet fat bastard that is the KV-1. Clement Virashilov. Just a huge bully. Oh, and it was taken down, by the way. It died. I should have caught that on camera, but my bad. Another Panzerwerfer. Where's it going to hit? Not exactly the action he would have wanted there, VonAsten. Another KV-1 coming in. Tree jumps into the air and then falls down again. Very exciting. And this has been a great game. I'm so glad to have cast it. I mean, I might have to put a YouTube comment in and please keep watching because it gets amazing. Prioritize vehicle KV-1 here. Look at that lovely. I love that skin. It's not very that is. It can't be that realistic, surely. Just to break your immersion there for a moment. Just have a pretty thick butt. I mean, look at that ass. That is beautiful. So the vanilla KV-1's now roaring into view as fast as it can go. Reminds you of Monty Python. I did it the wrong way around. Never mind. Ooh, KV1's being attacked. What'll happen? Probably reverse away harmlessly. Needs a pack, doesn't he?
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Thrown in the towel. There's nothing he could do at this point. Very interesting plays. I wonder if they're still playing, though. Just going to see if we had any Steam messages. But I think VonIvan's making a case for why he's either won first or second seed in this upcoming tournament. I think he was pretty miffed in the past to be third or fourth seeds in tournaments, but I think, in fairness, I think my seeding last year was pretty good. I don't want to be too arrogant. It was fucking bang on. And I now see VonIvan has actually have climbed significantly. Maybe the voice was holding him back all that while. It's the same. Well said, Legio. Yeah, same one that made Hans cry. Yeah, possibly. Oh, got another game. Okay, let's keep watching. Let's roll on. Onwards and forwards in ever-increasing circles. We'll fight for your right.